What's up guys, my name is Dean, aka the Blue Crusader, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the most realistic Minecraft resource pack in the game that adds real life, real world style, high resolution textures to make the game look completely HD and out of this world. Now this texture pack is a really nice pack that I'm going to link down below in the description if you guys want to go ahead and download it, and also make sure to watch yesterday's video where I showed you the coolest Minecraft realistic world generation mod that recreates the earth in Minecraft. That's a really good video that you don't want to miss out on too. So without further ado, let's get into the texture pack. So throughout this video, I'm going to be showcasing to you a select few different maps for Minecraft. These are really nice and well-built maps, and the first one is a recreation of the area of Solitude from Skyrim, which is a really great showcase for this texture pack because we have a huge medieval fantasy village at our fingertips to showcase all of the blocks in the pack and what the textures look like in this high-resolution resource pack. Now, one thing to note is that the free version of Patrix is actually a 32 times version. Now, in this video, I'm using the 128 times texture pack, which is the paid version, and I'm also using Sonic Ether's PTGI shaders in this video too, which complements this texture pack. The author recommends you to use Seuss PTGI, which is path tracing, which is basically just ray tracing RTX shaders. This pack has been mostly designed around running this shader, so it works best when used in combination with it. As always, support the artists who create this amazing work, so I will link their pages for you down below in the description if you want to get the shader and the texture pack below. The textures in this pack are color matched to match vanilla. This means that your maps won't look too much different or weird at all when you switch to this pack. So all of your builds which you've done on vanilla will still have the same look and feeling to them when you switch to this pack. They'll just look that much more realistic. The textures utilize texture tilting and randomization instead of just using pure HD textures. It also uses connected textures, so it removes that tiling effect which you get in vanilla Minecraft, which doesn't really look good in the long term of things. This texture pack also makes full use of features at your disposal when using Optifine, which is a requirement to run this mod. The perfect setup is to use Sonic Ether's path tracing shaders as well as Optifine and then this texture pack too. Now, as we walk around Solitude in this really well built Skyrim map which I found off planet Minecraft, you can just see how great the blocks actually look in this map. Now, this texture pack isn't entirely realistic in terms of real life. It doesn't look like we're in real life, but it makes Minecraft look crazy realistic. Now, this is a 128 times texture pack. This is the premium version which I'm using, like I mentioned. But if you did try to run this texture pack at a much higher resolution, you really wouldn't be able to run it very well at all. This is because currently I'm running this on an RTX 3090 and an i9 10900K, and I'm still not getting 60 FPS when running this because this is a really beefy texture pack, and believe it or not, it uses a whole lot of performance. Now, as we walk through the city, you can see that the stone textures look really nice, and to be honest, using this pack on medieval and fantasy maps really gives its full potential. I'm not really too sure what this texture pack feels like on a modern style map, because when I use different packs and different graphics mods, I like to mainly utilize them on old school maps in the fantasy or medieval genre, because that's definitely what looks the best in this case. The stone and rocks look really nice as you traverse down the hallways and inner sides of buildings, and as you can see, there's a nice combination of different coloured foliage, stone blocks, and various other blocks which have been changed in this pack. My favourite thing is probably the foliage, like the plants and trees, which is slightly more rounded in this texture pack, which looks way better than the normal blocky vanilla look, and they just look more realistic like real leaves. You'll see when you go into the interiors in the buildings too, this is obviously complemented mainly by the shader. Everything is really dark and the torches only give a slight little bit of light, and you can also see that the glass pieces are also extremely reflective inside too, so when there's not really much lighting, the light really does bounce off of the glass. The next map I decided to test this texture pack on was actually the Hogwarts map. So anyone who is living in the dark and hasn't watched Harry Potter, well basically Hogwarts is the main castle from Harry Potter. And I thought this was a really nice showcase of the pack too, because even though Harry Potter isn't exactly a medieval map, it still has that kind of gothic style building which you'd expect from fantasy material. And using this pack, you can see that the wood on the staircase looks really nice and it has that rustic style look to it. A lot of the crates also have rusted hinges and metal borders to the lid and the base, and you'll see that it has that really classic style, which is really nice. Now obviously it would have been nice if this texture pack was a 1024 times or a 512 times, but it still has an incredible amount of detail for only 128 times. So for the size of the actual textures, you get an immense amount of detail, although you do obviously suffer a performance loss. But a lot of the main blocks here, like chests, brewing stands, and the various 3D modeled blocks in Minecraft, just look absolutely incredible. And that's why I really just want to show you the interiors in the castle, so you can get a good feel of what everything looks like when everything's built in combination with each other. The reason I like to play fully pre-made maps when showcasing these styles of textures is because there's so much variation in the different blocks used in one build alone that you can kind of get a demonstration of what the majority of the blocks look like in the game without me just placing them all individually. Now things like the cauldrons, which you'll find in witches' huts, are entirely rusted and it really gives that classical look to it. As we step outside, you'll see the light bouncing off and shining everywhere, and there's some really nice pathways on this map where there's foliage like trees, small shrubs and plants as we walk down this gigantic stone staircase onto this cliff face. This was a really nice spot as well to take screenshots on, and it really showcased how nice this texture pack looks with this specific map. I really do like this pack in comparison to a lot of the others, and the reason why it did actually stand out to me when compared to a lot of the other realistic packs out there is because when I tried a few of them, a lot of them looked absolutely incredible, but many of them didn't actually change many of the textures of all of the blocks. This pack actually changes the textures of nearly all of the blocks in the game, whereas most of the others just change the textures of the more shiny blocks like gold blocks, diamond blocks and iron blocks, but don't really change the appearance of the main core vanilla textures, which is something which I thought was really lacking in most of the other packs. And then the next map was another one based off more fantasy material, but this one is actually from World of Warcraft. So you'll see this one is called the Tomb of Sargeras, which is a location from the game. And this is a really immense build. I can't imagine how long this actually took to construct. But the reason why I chose this map to demonstrate Patrix on is because we touched on the glass and the appearance of the glass and the reflection and refraction of light on the glass's faces a little bit earlier in the video. And you'll see as we just step up these stairs and go closer to the entrance of this building, you'll see that it utilizes a lot of different glass blocks here, and you can see the reflections of the glass in this texture pack look really great. Now the last map is a map which I've actually used in a top 10 texture packs video to showcase other packs before, and it's this huge style Asian metropolis build where it's kind of like a sky city with all these small buildings and houses and skyscrapers all compacted in this large structure which is surrounded by these huge airships, boats and just really random things all clumped together. And the reason why this map is really nice is because you kind of get a variation of different styles of builds in the map. And you also have these small little pockets of trees, grass, bushes and flowers and little market stalls all compacted in this weird Asian style map which just looks really incredible. And you'll see inside this structure you're surrounded by the ocean and the water, but you also have little lakes and ponds around here too, and huge little sprouting out structures, different blocks which show different particles in, so we can actually trial a lot of the features in the texture pack, and just so many bonus areas and points points of interest which are really amazing. It's kind of like walking through some kind of foreign bazaar or market surrounded by so many other buildings. It's a shame this map isn't populated by villagers or NPCs and mobs because it would make things a little bit more immersive, but this is also a really cool map to try this texture pack on because this is kind of like a completely unrealistic map because nowhere in the world looks like this, but it's really nice to have realistic textures on something just like this. So now I'm just going to let you watch and enjoy the next few moments of the gameplay without any commentary for the next 1 or 2 minutes and just let you have a look at the textures without any sound. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on for more Minecraft videos, and follow me on Instagram at thebluecrusader. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.